Hi, I'm Senam,
And I'm Tony.
and on behalf of ourselves and our family, I would like to say a huge thank you to AJ Small Project Awards for shortlisting Market Street Studio.
Brisco Loran did the damn thing. They went above and beyond. To introduce the project, we thought we'd like to tell you a little bit about our family. Our parents, Prudence and Felix, moved to London from Ghana in their early 20s and built a life and raised our family on the Aylesbury estate, right in the heart of London's Afro-Caribbean community.
They have spent decades literally serving the community as chefs in nurseries, universities, hospitals, and then at their cafe restaurant, Aberfresh.
In 2001, unfortunately, it was announced that the Aylesbury estate was going to be demolished. And so, after years of service to the community, our parents and neighbours really had to dig deep and fight for their homes. It took over 20 years to reach a fair deal, and the struggle cost us not only our homes, but also that sense of place and security that our parents worked so hard to provide for us.
We followed our parents' example and created community-centred initiatives of our own, and Market Street Studio is one of them.
We asked Tom and Pandora to transform our family's secondhand clothes shop into a flexible, multi-purpose space where locals can host events as diverse as book clubs, yoga sessions, community meetings, pop-up retail. The space we see as a blank canvas onto which they can project their own vision.
So now that you know who we are, over to Tom and Pandora to tell you a little bit more about the project. We hope you enjoy the story.
Thanks again for shortlisting the project, which is our first working together as a new practice. I'm Pandora Loran and Tom is the Brisco and Brisco Loran.
Hi, we've been setting up since the summer, working on a set of small housing projects, but keen to work on spaces for arts and community. We're really pleased to see this project recognised.
For the next few minutes, we're going to take you through the design, build and finished photography of the project.
So we first visited East Street in March of 2020, where the family showed us around what was then their second-hand clothing shop. It had a big glazed front looking onto the market and a shop floor of about 30 square metres, and 5 tight cellular spaces behind covering another 20 square metres. That's me drawing up the measured survey on a laptop, and they're an example of the puzzle we were drawing. Looking over the resultant space, we realised that 4 partitions could be removed to create the largest possible event space. And here is that demolition work. This is shown out of sequence, but gives you an idea of the spaces created. It revealed a set of tricky elements for us to deal with. Outside, we had encountered the special energy of East Street Market. Present in Woolworth since the 16th century, it is wheeled into place, pegged up and unfolded each morning, then all swept away by street cleaners each evening. Looking to host a variety of potential users, we chose to adopt this kind of rhythmic assembly of furniture, and we liked the market tarpaulin too. Our discussions pushed for a space that would move beyond the whitewashed template typical of many event spaces to build something holding a character of its own. Speaking about the tarpaulin, the Badus mentioned the kente cloth of the family's Ewe tribe. And so we developed a floor that would use cut and dyed cork tiles to create a distinctive low-cost pattern that binds the histories of both market and family. At the same time, our thinking toward the furniture developed as a small cast of unfolding trestles, tabletops and screens, alongside a fixed structure that would support a small kitchenette whilst dressing the space as a large bulkhead. Our only real tender drawing was for a wheelchair-accessible loo, producing this simplest of plans. But in the London of 2020, even this yields tender returns ranging from 25 to 35k. So we binned the contractors and decided to learn to build. Our last task before mobilising was to compose the storage of the furniture as a series of functional internal elevations.
First, we set about removing material and receiving material at painfully early hours in the morning. Tom learned to plumb after soaking the whole place, and together we installed the studwork, drainage and new chipboard floor. We had ordered close to 600 cork tiles and set about testing a series of light and dark dyes to find the right colour range, and we cut 2-ply templates that would give us a series of panel shapes we needed. Over the course of a week, we laid out the whole pattern on adhesive and sealed the top surface. Next came the fabrication of the joinery and solid beech section, dowel and ply, alongside lots of painting and finishing touches like signage and oiling of the beach. By the end, we were too tired to take pictures, but here's the state of us at some midpoint. We had originally hoped to complete the build in 4 weeks, but by the end had required the best part of 2 months. A visitor to the space enters an area of blank cork tile from where they are able to view the uninterrupted floor pattern. On the right-hand side of the room, they encounter wall-hung tables and screens, with the kitchenette and wheelchair-accessible loo tucked behind the structural partition. Turning back toward the street, there are views toward the market, typically bustling on all but a Monday, whilst the room's eastern wall is host to a whitewashed structure of 33 hanging chairs that might be plucked in the numbers appropriate to each occupying event. The project cost just £14,500 inclusive of all fees, labour and VAT. We hope you enjoyed this short video and thanks again for the shortlisting.